Alright, well there it is, it's tacked. I just wanted to pretty much show this jig. That's kind of a thing that I've learned from one of our other racers. It works out well. Let me hold that up. So it allows me to just lock this beam in. Then I can set this up, get these level with where I want them. Now with this beam, it's not quite dead center, just the way it's landed, but it's going to work. But now I know that these are level, they're tight, they're down. I've already tacked them in place. And it works. This is just an easy way. It takes a little bit more prep, but maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes to throw that together. But it sure makes things easier. And since I'm doing 2 of these front ends, I'll just keep this material. So anyway, so now that I've got it tacked, I hope you can see how it's come together. For the most part, let me move that there. So there's my spindle, my front end piece. I did not put these on, of course, as you see. I'm going to weld all this up. I'll clean it up with a grinder, and then I'll set that on once I get some measurements as to what angle that arm. Let me grab that real quick. So yeah, I didn't want to fight this while I'm getting all this laid out, so I'll put that in like that, and then we'll figure out that and we'll weld that solid. So, and then we'll put the piece on the bottom. But I did kind of do a spot check, and with my tape measure, and right now the wheel sits, the edge of the wheel sits right, I'm really close, right about the middle of these threads. And that puts me at 39 inches, middle of these threads. So I think I'm okay on my width. It's easy to work with if I'm not. But so just wanted to show you that real quick and easy way to get one of these things laid out. And what I'll do is I'll weld all this up. I might have to hit this head a little bit with the grinder, just to get it away from that just a little bit. That spins, but it's close. And I'll clean that up just a little bit with a grinder, and it'll be ready to go. So, alright, I think that's all I've got for front ends. And sorry this was a longer little lesson. I usually try to keep them around 10-15 minutes, but there's a lot involved with these. So, and there's a lot of different things I wanted to explain. So other than that, when I do some more, I'll push it out there. We'll talk to you later. Alright, there it is. Final product. So I've got my pivot. There we go. I don't know if you can see that. Let me flip this around so you can see that. There we go. So this will hook to my tie rods, connect there and connect there, which I don't have, or I'd put them on. This hooks my steering. It's basically the pivot arm. So as that moves, then so does that. Back and forth. So I've got my support brace, and then if you look at the angle, hold that out like so. There we go. Move that over about like that. You can see this is, I just need to adjust this heim joint, but that's pretty much lined up with the where I want it on the beam. It's not quite center, just a little off center, but I did that with this one. I'm trying to compensate for some lowering, so that needs to go around that way. So that's all there is to it. Got my spacer on here. Of course you can see my wheel spacer. And then let me put the wheel on. There we go. Now you can see that there's enough room. Now I did weld this solid. This is not for me. I don't have the machine here. But you can see that there's enough clearance right here for the tire. That's what that angle's for. And nothing else is going to rub. If you look, you can see that that all clears inside on the rim. And that's my front end. There's my steering. That's all it does. So anyway, pretty simple. A lot of work, but pretty simple. So all said and done, the videoing adds a lot of time, but when I've done this before, you're about 4 hours roughly. And like I say, I'm into this. All the metal and bolts was about 12 bucks. Heim joints are 10 bucks a piece. So that's about 32, tax 35. And then when I get my tie rod ends, they're about 10 a piece. So it'll be 50. So what I'll do next is now I'll take about an hour and clean all this up around the edges, get all the burrs off. You know, you are the one that ends up working on it. So sharp edges are not healthy for the hands. So I think that's all I've got. And